At Performance 360, our program design follows our PSC class concept. PSC stands for Physique, Strength, and Conditioning. And every day you come to class, regardless of which cycle we're in, each week is going to have the same focus week over week. So for example, Monday and Wednesdays, we're going to do strength. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, we're going to do conditioning. Friday, we're going to do physique, which we call our build days. So physique, strength, and conditioning, each one of those days is going to have that specific focus. Now, that's not to say that on strength days you're not getting any conditioning, or on physique days you're not getting stronger. Obviously, you're going to get a little bit of everything in every class. That focus, that PSC, is just going to be what are we getting most out of that day and what is the overall objective. So taking a little bit further look into that, on our strength days, those are going to be Monday and Wednesday, and the outcome for that is always going to be strength oriented. So on those days, we're trying to lift heavier weights, we're trying to move at maybe a little bit slower pace. Our focus is on getting stronger. On our Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday conditioning days, our weight is going to come down a little bit. It's going to be a little bit lighter. It's going to be more moderate, and we're trying to crank up the intensity. We're trying to work a little bit faster pace. We're trying to get through a little bit more rounds. Now, pausing for a second, within those conditioning days, we have 3 focuses on how those days can be written up. Now, the first focus can either be anaerobic, it can be aerobic, or it can be hybrid. So anaerobic, those are typically going to be 30-second to about 3-minute work sets. We're looking to go 90 to 100% output there, and then we're going to rest. So it's a very specific work to rest recovery, where that anaerobic focus is as fast as we can go. Now on the other end of that spectrum is aerobic. That's going to be typically 25 minutes or longer. That's going to be a little bit lower intensity. It's going to be a little bit longer as far as our work goes. So for that, it's still a high intensity workout. It's just not as intense as that 30-second to 3 minutes. And then in between that is what we call hybrid. That's typically going to be about 5 to 10 minutes, where we're working at a high intensity, we're working at challenging weights. It's kind of that in-between blend between that short, fast anaerobic and that longer, more sustained aerobic. So cycles are going to vary their focus on that. You'll see some cycles have like an anaerobic and aerobic focus, maybe it's an aerobic hybrid focus, but each Tuesday or Thursday is going to be assigned a specific focus within that umbrella of overall conditioning. Friday is going to be our physique day, and that we call build. Now on these days, we're lifting challenging weights. It shouldn't be as heavy as our strength days, but it should be enough for a stimulus to build muscle. Typically, these are going to be higher volume days, a little bit lower to moderate intensity days, where we're trying to stimulate as much muscle growth as we can. And then Saturday is going to be that final third conditioning day that we already talked about. That's how our weekly breakdown goes every single week at Performance 360. Finally, we have our finals weeks. That's going to be at the end of the cycle, every cycle, and within our finals weeks, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday are all going to have something that you can do that's really just a measurable for your progress. So following that PSC guideline, the Monday, Wednesday strength days, that's typically going to be testing a lift. How much stronger have we gotten in a specific lift? Tuesdays are always going to be what we call our 5-minute densities. That's going to be one movement performed in as much volume as you can for 5 minutes. If it's weighted, then you'll pick a certain weight that corresponds to what your level is at, and your output will generate a score that you track each and every time that you do that. Thursdays are going to be our benchmark workouts. These are going to be repeating workouts that are assigned a specific cycle, so that every time we perform that training cycle, that Thursday benchmark workout is going to repeat itself. That's going to be something where we use weight, some of them are body weight, and we're really trying to go for a time or a score similar to how we do with the 5-minute densities. And then finally on Friday, we have what we call Pro Day during finals weeks. Pro Days are a little bit more advanced. Typically that might be something that's a bench press at an assigned weight for how many reps we can do. It could be a maximum height box jump. It could be a weighted push-up. We do have 6 finals weeks pro days that we do cycle throughout the different training. So that's kind of the snapshot of our program design and all the components that make up what we do every week at Performance 360.